Hey, hi again, it's Bola, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer, and welcome if you're brand new to my channel. I do all kinds of arts and crafts and DIYs here on my channel, and today we are going to play with some polyurethane resin. So polyurethane resin is a quick cure resin that but cures white, and it ends up coming out with a bit of like a ceramic-y feel. It's very heavy to as far as the weight goes, depending on the mold that you're using. And today we're going to use a cute little trinket dish. It's a heart-shaped trinket dish, and then we're going to use a cute little mushroom. And this is just a little mushroom mababi, you know, a little decoration. So the thing to remember about polyurethane resin is that you have just a very limited work time, between like 5 and 10 minutes max. Pretty much within a minute or two after you put your part A and part B into your cup to mix it, within a few minutes, if not within a few seconds, you will start to feel the heat from that chemical reaction that is causing the polyurethane resin to cure. So if you're not fast enough, you have a high probability of not being able to have a successful outcome with your project. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Make sure that when you're working with polyurethane resin, you have all of your supplies right in front of you, so you don't have to waste any time hunting for supplies. Okay, so with that said, I have my molds. I'm going to grab my stirrers. I'm going to grab some paper towels. I've got this. I'm going to grab me a mask. And then I'm going to grab me some stir sticks. And I'll be right back once I grabbed all my stuff as well as my resin. And we'll get these molds poured, okay? And you can see just how fun they are and how fast that reaction takes place. It is a clear liquid before it hardens and cures into white. So it will cure white. And just note also, I'm sorry, let me step back for just a minute. So with the polyurethane resin, because it is white, and you know, sometimes you might want to add some colors, some glitter, some micas, things like that, so that you can get different colors and things like that. But the white is not friendly with colorants or glitters or anything like that. For example, if you were to pour in some pigment colors in black, for example, into this mixture, when it does finally cure, you would end up with a light gray. You would not end up with a charcoal. It would be a really, really light gray color. The way that you would be able to apply color would be to apply mica to your molds before you pour in your polyurethane resin. But I personally like it because I think they're fun to decorate after the fact. I do beadworks and I do some painting. So if you like to paint with micas, things like that, you can do so after the fact, and it'll look really pretty. So just, that was my little side note. I almost forgot to tell you that. So let me go grab the rest of my stuff, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, we're ready to go. I have my mixing cup and I have my molds. My polyurethane resin is a little on the older end as far as like the way it looks. It's kind of worn and torn, but it is a 1-to-1 ratio. You can get some polyurethane resin from the Amazon or a couple of online locations. This one I did buy wholesale, so I bought 2 sets of part A and part B. And this was, I don't even know what size container these are. These are large containers. Oh, it's a 5-liter container. So that's how much I bought at one time. I am down to 1 set left, and I have to open this up, so bear with me. This is polyurethane resin. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna pour in, whoops, shoot, I think I'm gonna move this closer to me, bear with me. I think I'm gonna do 16. So we're gonna do 8 ounces. There we go. Of A. So there's part A. We did 8 ounces. I'm gonna grab my part B. And we will do another 8 ounces to bring us to 16 ounces. There you go. All right, so we can see that it is clear. It's cloudy because it's not mixed, but it is, for the most part, clear. So I'm gonna do my best to get everything incorporated as quickly as I possibly can, with as few bubbles as I can, because with this you really won't have an opportunity to do a lot of bubble mitigation. So it's really important to try to avoid as many bubbles in this process as possible, which I'm not really good at, you know, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But I can already feel that the liquid is starting to do its thing. It's starting to have that combustible reaction, or I don't even know. I say combustible like as if I know, but it's starting to heat up, which means it's time for me to pour. I'm gonna clean off my silicone mixing spoon, otherwise it's gonna be wasted, because that will dry, it'll cure on my spoon. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my heart mold and I'm gonna pour into my heart mold. Then I'm gonna grab my mushroom and I'm gonna pour into my mushroom. And that was almost a perfect pour as far as the amount. I have a tendency to overestimate the quantity of resin that I'm going to need. Okay, that wasn't too bad. All right, so there we go. I'll turn a light on, see if that helps. And then I'm gonna try to do some little spritz of alcohol to see if that helps with the bubbles. And in a minute you'll be able to see it will turn from this clear liquidy to white. And I do have one more. Let me see if I can do it real quick before it cures. Nope, too late. I was gonna grab another one. Yeah, I did that last time with those. So here we go, it's starting. It's almost done actually. Did you see it turn white? So now with these, once they have completely cured as far as they are solid white, they can be demolded and they would be considered done. The only thing is you would want to wait until it cools off because it is rather hot. So that's what I do. I kind of let it sit there for a half an hour depending on the size of the mold. Sometimes a little longer if I'm doing my skulls, because it keeps that heat. It keeps that heat, y'all. So, but you can see now all around the edges is all white. The edges will be the last part to go. And once you see your edges are all white, that means you're pretty much done with it. Just let it cool off. So I'm gonna let these cool off. I'm gonna demold it off camera because I have a really hard time demolding it as it is. And my hands don't have the strength. So I'm gonna demold it off camera, but I will be back and show you the final results. And we are back with our finished unmolded polyurethane resin mushroom. Look at the details in that mushroom. So stinking cute. And it's got a pretty good weight. It's really, really cute. And then here is our little bowl. It's a little heart-shaped trinket dish. It does have some micro bubbles on the bottom, but nobody's going to see that anyway. You can kind of hear the plastic. This one is more lightweight than this because this is very solid, and the nature of this dish obviously has less bulk. But yeah, guys, that is polyurethane resin in a mushroom. But that's all I have for you today, you guys. I hope the video was informative and maybe a little education thrown in there. Not a lot, but you know, I'm not a professional as far as like, I don't work with this as my day job. This is my hobbyist slash artist kind of side. But yeah, these are really, really cute. I think they're very versatile. I think you can do so much with things like this and so much more. Instead of using resin, regular resin, you can do trinket trays. You can do so many things, and I think you would really enjoy it. But with that, guys, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Help our family grow. Help me be able to bring more things to you guys as I encounter it, because I like to do all things DIY. I love to do all the arts and crafts there are. So yeah, thank you so much. Love you, bye. I'll see you on the next video.